Aloha, everyone in another level living land. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Freedom Fridays. I'm so happy that you're here because we're in store for an amazing treat and message today. So, before we get into it, let me just let you know what is the purpose of the Freedom Friday show. The purpose of this show is to support you as an entrepreneur in achieving your success in business and life harmony, because it really is two sides of the same coin. We never want to get so busy making a living that we forget to make a life. And it is possible to work smarter, not harder, stress less, strengthen our relationships, and lead with much more energy, which we'll be talking about today, ease, and momentum, so that you can increase your confidence, your calm, and especially your cash flow, right? So it's a beautiful thing. And one of the things that you want to do is make sure that you go to anotherlevelliving.com and grab your 7 secrets towards more business and life harmony. You'll be so glad that you did. So I want you to give our special guest a warm, amazing welcome, Fabienne Marneau. Fabienne, thank you so much for being here with us today.
You're welcome. I'm really happy you have me. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And so here's what she's going to be talking with us about today. She's going to be talking with us about energy is everything. Energy is everything. And let me let you know who she is. And so Fabienne is an alchemist metaphysician whose mission is to guide individuals on the journey of healing, empowerment, and creativity to awaken their essential soul. She has over 40 years of experiences specializing in helping clients overcome challenges like anxiety, PTSD, burnout, and grief using her holistic modalities and methods such as emotional release therapy, past life regression, and clinical and transpersonal hypnotherapy, and also DNA activation. Wow. The blend of these modalities that she uses also include ancestral lineage pattern clearing, theta healing, angel therapy, and Feng Shui to promote emotional wellness and balance. She's based in California and she has owned Destination Harmony. That's the name of her company. And she does one-on-one healing breakthrough sessions, personal and business success coaching, online programs, and international retreats. Oh my goodness, Fabienne, thank you so much for being here with us today. What an amazing and blend of beautiful skills that you bring to the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, the first question I have for you is, why is this topic about energy is everything? Why is that something that's so important, especially for those of us who are entrepreneurs?
Well, they keep telling us that 80% of our success in business is mindset, and only 20% is 10% your environment, who support you, you know, um, your support, your community, and then the other 10% being what you know, your knowledge,
Hmm.
so it's really crazy. But I keep reading and hearing that, and from my own experience, I can say it's true because, of course, you need to know what you need to know. I mean, you're not going to be successful if you don't have any background in the field that you pretend to practice with. But if your mindset is defeating, then there is no way you're going to break through anything. You're going to lack of confidence. You're not going to be charismatic and attractive. You're not going to believe in yourself, so you're going to procrastinate, or your self-doubt are going to take you to the dark side of your shadows. We all can go into the critical voice that is telling us you're not good enough, you're an imposter, who do you think you are, etc., etc. And all those negative voices, shadows, can completely destroy any type of business. And on top of it, I believe that yes, all we are is energy. So that energy, where is that coming from and where is it going to? So that's the foundation of my work, is to help to clear where we're coming from, the real root cause that are bothering us. For example, you are triggered when your husband tell you something, or a client doesn't want to buy coaching, if you're a coach, or your services or products, if you are an entrepreneur, and you take it the wrong way by saying, well, they don't love me, they don't appreciate me, or whatever, any story that is negative, and you create more and more triggers that make you feel that way. But what is the real root cause? And I find out over my 40 years of experience with clients, working with people, that it has absolutely, most of it, nothing to do with what we think are the real reason, our own self. It has nothing to do with ourself. It has a lot to do with two things: our karma. So if we have blocks from soul experience previous to this life, then there is no way we can break through anything positive. The second is ancestral lineage patterns. And now, I don't know if you know that, but even psychiatrists are working with this. So it's very scientific. It's not anymore something woo-woo,
Right.
weird, or coming up from a belief. It has nothing to do with a belief. It's a reality that our DNA itself, our personal being on the physical level, is also influenced by that. So for me, it's such a huge possibility to work with that and help to resolve those issues. And then we can work on the mindset, and then we can work on the behavior through mind reprogramming. And of course, I do that as an hypnotherapist. I don't, deny all that work. But first, let's go to the cause.
It's
We
so
we had,
No, it's so good that you mentioned that because, there's this book called It Didn't Start With You, right? A
mm-hmm,
lot of times the things that are happening even in our world or what we're experiencing can be from these generational patterns that we might not be aware of. And so I love that your work allows people to get to the root causes. Like, so you're like a sister from another mister, because we talk about these root causes. When you pluck it up from the root, then it no longer has a weight, it no longer has a hold. And yeah, then you're right, then you're able to be more in your essence and allowing you to shine as you are detaching from those things of what was.
yeah,
So beautiful, so beautiful.
absolutely. And to be honest with you, the reason why I'm here today, it's really because we got in contact with from our work as colleague, right? And I was attracted to your energy and everything. When I read about you and what you do and everything, I said, my gosh, it's so similar. She even used the same terminology. We talk about freedom, we talk about energy, we talk, we have and harmony. Hello, that's the name of my business. And one of my program is Be Free, for PTS and trauma and all that. So I was attracted to that, and that's the reason why really we did connect, because of that common ideology and energy, right? And then I don't know if you want to share, but we did a session, and we don't need to say the topic at all because that's personal. I never like people to share, the reason why they would work with me or using one of my techniques or so forth. But we did a session, and you mentioned that things change after that. And to me, it's like magic. We don't even need to know how that happened as long as it does happen. And that's
Exactly.
where, I do a lot of work on people to come to the point to accept that it's our ego who wants to understand everything and put everything in boxes. But
Well,
the
and
really,
oh, go ahead.
yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I was going to say, for some people who may not even understand what energy is, can you let us know, like, what it is from your perspective, and how we can be able to, like, what tips or strategies that you have with us that can be able to support us in shifting that and being able to raise our energy and vibration.
Right, right. So one of the gifts today that I'm going to give you is something that will help you in 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, to raise your energy and eliminate negative energy that can be bothering you within yourself and from other people. So it's very powerful, only 5 minutes. That's a gift that we'll give you at the end if you stay with us.
Okay.
But what is energy? So if I say energy is everything, and I believe, and again, from experience, from having the eyes open and observing since I'm a child, I do that. That's my passion. That's my reason of being. It's to try to understand who we are, where we're coming from, and why, and so forth. It's our soul. We are a soul having an experience, an incarnation here in this life today. But our soul, and is really all it is. And when we understand that and we start being able to feel it, to not only have that as an intellectual idea, but to really feel it and put it in practice to work with it. What is it to have a soul? Where is that coming from? And what does it want from us? What's the purpose, basically? And then understand the two type of purpose, the life purpose and the soul purpose. The life purpose is connected to your karma. It's the sum of everything you did in the past, you on a soul level and family and everything. So it's very complicated. It's huge. I mean, it's a huge field on its own. And then, so that influence the challenge we have in this life and the possibility to overcome those challenges. And when we do, we clear our karma. Okay, so that's a life purpose. But the soul purpose is more connected with the Dharma, what the Indian call the Dharma, what is the collective consciousness involving your destiny. So to be concrete, I had personally a karma with money because in my family, I had to clear a family lineage and also some of my own soul journey that were connected to money. So I did, I was able to clear that from this life, right? So that's my one aspect of my life purpose, that was to clear that and connect it to my karma. But my dharma, my soul purpose, is to help people, other people, to awake, to the truth about who they are, their soul. And how do we do that? Through love, forgiveness, and connecting constantly with the choice that we can make to connect with our higher self instead of choosing to follow the ego. The ego mind, we cannot kill it. It's there forever. But it's not our friend. It's not our friend. It wants to control us. It wants to keep us safe. It has a purpose. So I use little trick with that to say, you can imagine you have two angels, one on one side, that is your ego, right? And the other, that is really the angel of light connecting you to your higher self, that is really the voice you want to hear. So when your ego shares something that is always like fear-based, don't do that, you're going to lose money, who do you think you are? I mean, all the negative stuff, right? That is there. You have the choice to say, because you cannot kill the ego. So you have to be very diplomatic. And you say, thank you, dear ego, for sharing your opinion. And so you don't necessarily call it ego. You can call it just thank you. Thank you for sharing with me. And I appreciate that for, so long you had been protecting me and helping me and guiding me. But I choose today to listen to my angel, the other angel, that is the voice of God, the voice of my higher self, of the wisdom, the light, love, etc. And then you make a decision. And then I teach, that's part of my work, is to teach you tricks to make it real energetically in you, you know. Um, and I can share one of those tricks later on if you want, as
Yeah,
another
well,
gift.
just well, and a little bit, because I want to recap on some of what you said. So the part that was coming to me, we have this choice. We can listen to the ego, the patterns that happen in our mind that kind of want to keep us safe, because the unconscious mind, that's one of the things that resists change, right? Or we can be able to listen to our higher self, our soul essence and our soul purpose, and allow that to go, right? And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times it can sometimes feel like this tug of war. We make a decision, but what I'm hearing from you too is that, really when we follow our intuition, when we follow that soul essence, it's like allows us to operate out of our wisdom, and then every step that we take is right. It seems like
Exactly.
such a easier way than it is like the other way. So,
Exactly. Exactly. And you said, if you don't mind, before we started, you mentioned that with the session we did, something opened up for you. So, like I said, we don't need to say what it was, the topic. But do you mind to say
well, we
very
so
briefly?
So the beautiful thing about energy work, right? The beautiful thing about energy work and even all of the different modalities, everything allows a shift. Everything allows a shift to another level, a new way of thinking and being. It was a series of several things that were going on as I was shifting and transition. So I don't remember specifically. Um, but yes, there's absolutely was a beauty in that because a lot of the stuff that we hold in when we get it out and when we disconnect from it, it no longer has a weight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you were ready. And that was the reason why we connected. For me, was the reason why, because I knew that you are the type of person who has the light. You have the light and it's natural, you know? So of course you spend years of training, you know what you're doing, you have techniques and all that. But remember, only 10% that influence really what we can do about it. And the 80 other percentage is really your energy. So that was brilliant, and I'm so happy that it's just the beginning of a cooperation, because I can see how when we add two people with the same mindset, the same energy and so forth, we multiply the effect. So
Correct.
yeah, we don't add, we multiply. So for example, today, if people are listening and really taking in and say, oh, interesting, yeah, why not, or whatever, then it's going to multiply the result for them.
It reminds me of the scripture where two or more are gathered, there will be also. So
It is,
and
it's what it is.
also the part about the fact that we are all connected, even though we're different, we're
Yeah.
also all one, right?
Yes,
And there's
yes, yes, yes.
beautiful aspects.
And again, that's the ego. That's one of the things that I help my clients. I know when they come to me, they always say, oh, but my story is so different. You don't understand. And this and that. And that's the ego talking. The ego wants us to be unique, different, or you don't understand, or well, this or that. That's the ego. So I work at making them at ease and say, okay, I know that's what you think, that's what you feel, etc., etc. But let's imagine another reality. Another reality is that there is only one person here in this room. We are not two people. We are not 100 people watching this. We are only one. There is only one spirit. There is only one energy of love. And then when we stop thinking we are separate, then we can enter a different plane of consciousness.
Mhm.
And that plane of consciousness is where we can understand our destiny and our soul purpose, etc.
Ah, so good. Well, now, now I'm curious. Can you share with us just even one of these like tips or strategies that's coming to mind for us to be able to at least start to taking some step and action on this? What are your
Right.
yeah.
Right. So first of all, we need to be aware. So you need to really be willing to be aware, because if there is no awareness, we cannot take the step back to be, making decisions and so forth. So
Okay.
the best way to be aware is to say stop. Something happened, you don't feel good, you are triggered by something negative or whatever. When that happened, you don't feel good, right? You are not really kind or at peace, calm. You use the word calm several times. So important. You're not in harmony with anything. You're not calm. You are triggered. So immediately, what I tell people to do is to snap their fingers and say power control. Power
How
control.
oh,
Yep. Yep. And then you activate, you say cancel. Very simple. You say cancel. I don't need that energy. I cancel. And then you imagine yourself going above yourself. And from above, you see everything. You don't feel, you don't judge. You try to stay away from having an idea, or a judgment or a thought about it. You're a witness, but you don't feel, but you see. You're aware. Your consciousness, pure awareness. That's all. And then you activate your sense of humor. Situation can be very serious, but you don't take it seriously because you know that it's only a play. And if you haven't read the book The Game of Life from Florence Scovel-Shinn, please do. Florence Scovel-Shinn, The Game of Life. She explained that everything is a game, therefore we need to have a distance. But to do everything we can to win the game, right? If it's a game, we want to win. So
yeah.
you're above, So you're above and you don't judge it, but you're aware and you decide, okay, I don't want that situation. So you did cancel it. And then now you affirm what you want. So instead of being triggered, feeling unloved, feeling whatever, you affirm the thing that you want. And then you imagine yourself being surrounded by light, a golden light, and you breathe into it and you feel safe. And you decide, you choose to listen only one voice, and it's the voice of love and wisdom
Nice.
and peace. And everything else, you say, no, thank you. I choose not to listen to you right now.
Ah,
And then you activate your sense of humor if you can. You can make a joke about it. Or not something that is putting down someone or yourself. No, not that kind of humor. A humor of being able to have more commedia dell'arte, like Italian call it, the commedia dell'arte, meaning having that distance, and not taking things totally seriously.
you know,
You
what you described was so beautiful because it's like that reminder of, so first of all, I love how you talk about first being aware because all change starts with awareness. If you're not aware of it, you're going to just keep getting the patterns and just blowing with the wind. But the other part that you mentioned about rising above, right? And being able to be the observer of the experience. And that like in that space, what was coming to me is that reminder about truth over circumstance. The truth that there's love, there's only abundance, like the reminders of what our
right,
soul knows,
yeah.
as compared to what our brain thinks it knows.
Right, right. And we are so conditioned with everything we hear from our parents, society, education. There's not enough water. We are polluting the planet. But this is BS because we have everything. We have everything available. We only need to make the decision to use those good resources, and we can clear the air. We can clear the water. We can do it all. We know how. Okay,
Awesome.
so we need to believe in that. We need to believe we have the power, if we want
We got the
to
power.
yeah, to got the power to resolve all those issues. But
Yeah,
we don't want to be brainwashed, by believing that it's not true. Same thing with I wouldn't have enough if I am generous. No, it's okay to be generous. The more you give, the more you receive. It's a flow.
it
It
is the
never stops.
flow.
It never stops, you
Yes,
know.
yes, and yay. Okay, well, now, based on everything that you've shared with us, because this has been amazing, I want everyone who's listening to also put your biggest takeaway in the comments below because we want to hear your wisdom too. What would be the biggest takeaway that you want to leave us with today?
Follow love. Every time you see that there is fear in you, just practice that short example of what to do to take a distance, to cancel what you feel, and make a choice to be above, observe, and welcome that voice, that guidance that is coming from your higher self, from divine source, and trust. Have faith that you are not alone, that there is always help, and that you are not broken. You are perfect the way you are right now. It's a completely false belief to think you are broken. Nobody's broken. Okay, the soul cannot be broken.
No, not at all.
Okay, so if that resonates with you, use the gift that we're going to offer you.
Yes, I
Connect
was just
and
about to
keep
ask that.
working. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
just about to ask. Tell us, like, how we can continue this journey with us. Tell us about the gift again one more time. And we'll make sure we
yeah,
put it in the notes in the show notes. So make sure y'all get your
yeah,
copy. Meditation.
yeah. Going to do it right now. I need my. I think I had it ready. Here
Oh,
we
we got
are.
it. We got it.
Oh,
Yep,
you have it. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
got it
Okay,
already.
okay.
Yep.
All right, all right. So we're good. So use that gift is a 5 minutes. It's very, very enjoyable. Just 5 minutes guided meditation. You practice it. You watch the first time the video because it's beautiful. I put nice music and nice images. So enjoy it. And then later on, you can simply listen to it because it goes also with an audio that you can just listen to. And then it become you. Then it's going to become a technique that is going to be your technique. And you'll be able to use it anytime you need, when you need to feel safe, isolated from any negativity, including your own self-mind when it's getting negative, and of course, protection from the outside, from your environment, from people, anything like that. And so it's 5 minutes, totally worth it. And that is life transforming, because when you practice that over and over and over every day, it becomes you, and you start changes because you become more who you really are. Like I said, a,
Ah,
a beautiful soul.
so good. Thank you so much, Fabienne, for sharing. Everyone, let this message marinate through your mind, body, and soul. Now you know more about how energy is literally everything. Everything, because we are energy being having a physical experience. Go ahead and grab your free gift that's offered in the comments below. Fabienne, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence and your wisdom today. Oh, this was just such a treat for us.
Thank you, Heather. It was very nice. And
And
we are going to create some stuff, uh, keep people connected, because I want to really do retreats with you and all kind of stuff.
yes, I was literally, and so she's talking about taking us international, ladies and gentlemen. And it was funny. I was just thinking, I was like, oh, there's a time for a retreat coming up in a couple of years, not next year, but the following year. We actually got one on the books too. So yes, many more things from us to come. And sharing is caring, right? So if you were given and inspired by this message, which I know that you are, go ahead and share this out to be able to give someone else the gift of positivity and what's possible, because we don't have to have a great past to have a great future. We get to recreate and restore ourselves each and every day. I look forward to seeing you again for another episode of Freedom Fridays, and have an amazing rest of the day. Bye, everyone.